Welcome to my YouTube channel. We are here to discuss Mr. Everything Was for Everybody. It's a self-healing journal from dealing with a narcissist and toxic abuser. Short story with a journal. It's available on Amazon.com. It's also available at www.mreverythingwasforeverybody.com. This book was inspired by a real life story, and I basically just want to help someone. Okay? So the purpose of this book is to turn your pain into power and to get paid for it. Yes, so anyone who reads this book and does this journal and really takes it seriously and writes down everything, you can actually turn it into a book, get it published, and get paid for your pain as well. Why not? Someone needs to hear your story. Being a single mother in a city and state where I have very limited family, I found myself getting into relationships, friendships, situationships that were meaningless. Some hurt more than others. Some were lessons. However, God doesn't put more on you than what you can bear. So, let's start off by the cover of the book. So I want to break down this cover. First of all, one of my favorite colors is rose gold. Okay, so many years I've had plenty of rings, given them back, never received them. However, this ring symbolizes a broken heart with a diamond ring attached. Okay? So if you read this book, you'll see that the diamonds play a part in this whole journey of chaos, pretty much. One of those things that is symbolized was a cover-up for the abuse, a cover-up for the disrespect, a cover-up for the hurt, a cover-up for the multiple women thrown in your face, a cover-up for being used, a cover-up for being utilized, a cover-up for being abused, a cover-up for pretty much any wrongdoing that person done to you, covered up by this diamond ring. Most people in situations are bound by something, whether it's money, whether it's kids, whether it's a house, whether it's a car, whether it's a mutual bill, whether it's just feelings of the heart, a trauma bond. Some kind of attachment is there when most likely dealing with a situation pertaining to this book. I would love everybody to check it out. I'll show you just a little bit about it, as I don't want to tell you too much because I want you to get it for yourself, okay? This book is published by CC Body Care, by the way. So the first page basically says, and I'll just read this first page to you. Mr. Everything Was for Everybody. This ultimate journal is designed to aid individuals in recovering and rebuilding themselves after dealing with a narcissistic abuser. The narrative in this book serves as a journal documenting the process of rebuilding yourself. Transmute your pain into power and get paid for it. It serves as a comprehensive guide and resource for personal growth and healing in the aftermath of a challenging relationship with a narcissist. This book was written by Tika Tolliver, myself. Okay? Once again, it's available on Amazon.com and www.mreverythingwasforeverybody.com. Okay? I'll show you the back of the book. This book was dedicated to a few people. If you read the book, you'll see one of the main people that I dedicated the book was to my granddaughter, Raya. Raya definitely helped me grow as a woman. All those crying nights, all those nights that I couldn't sleep, all those nights that I was depressed and sad and my mind basically wouldn't go to sleep. Raya gave me that sense of comfort and joy just by seeing her presence, seeing her smile, having her in my arms, watching her grow. So a lot of that pain was able to be bandaged up by the presence of my granddaughter resided with me since she was a newborn. And it was pretty much my blanket. She was pretty much my blanket. She was my everything. Even though this book says Mr. Everything was for everybody, Raya Princess was my everything during that time of grief, dealing with the heartache and stress and pain of dealing with a narcissistic abuser. Titles don't matter because dealing with a person like that, the titles change very often. You can be a friend one day, you can be an enemy the next, you can be a frenemy, you could be in a situationship, you could be in a relationship, you can be his woman one day, you can be a bitch the next day, you could be a hoe the next day, you can be a slut the next day, you could be for everybody the next day. It doesn't matter. Things change a lot when you're dealing with a person like the character in this book. Without giving away too much, the background of the story kind of ties behind a business relationship that turned into a personal relationship, and all hell after that, pretty much. All hell after that, pretty much. People taking your kindness for weakness, taking your sweetness and turning you into a bitter woman, questioning yourself, questioning your worth, questioning why things happen, questioning a lot of things until you finally realize that you're being abused. Pretty much, you're being abused. And abuse goes a lot of different ways: financial abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, so many different types of abuse. And I want to encourage any woman that feels like they're with a narcissistic person to do some research on it, because what typically happens is, being around that person so long, you start to develop some of those traits as well, because you're around it so often. You start becoming that person, probably sometimes being worse than the person that you're dealing with. I started to see that happening with myself, trying to heal from dealing with this person and trying to mask that pain by talking to multiple men, trying to date multiple men, hang out with multiple men, just trying to ease the pain, pretty much. Just trying to ease the pain, to feel worth it, to feel wanted, to feel needed, to feel beautiful, to feel something. Because at that point I was feeling really, really low and empty. I cried often. You can be fat one day. You can be skinny one day, from the ups and downs of the weight gain and loss from the stress. You can be too fat for their liking. I heard that a lot. Heard it a lot. I was over 240 pounds when I started talking to this person. And by the time I stopped talking to the person, I was under 190 pounds. However, once I lost all that weight for being too fat for his liking, he missed my fat face. My face was now too skinny. nothing will ever be good enough for that person. They typically are abusers, liars, cheaters, will always have multiple partners, will always be using and utilizing multiple partners for their own personal gain, very selfish, and always wanting to have more. So I'm going to encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're dealing with anybody that's abusing you, get out when you can. If you need any help getting out, there's a lot of different resources available for you to do so. I encourage everyone to buy this book, journal in it, okay? And turn your pain into power and get paid for it. It's a very good book. Check it out. These are some blank pages in there as well. We have some definitions. So let me read one of the definitions that I have in the book for you guys. Comparison. A consideration or estimate of the similarities or dissimilarities between two things or people. You'll find yourself being compared to a lot of different people when you're dealing with someone that's abusing you. They're going to compare you to, oh, she did this for me. She gonna do this for me. Anybody that I deal with will do this for me. If you ain't gonna do it, somebody else will. You're gonna go through that too. So ladies and gentlemen, check out our book, Mr. Everything Was For Everybody, is now available on Amazon.com and www.MrEverythingWasForEverybody.com. Thank you for watching.